pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the San Francisco 49ers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down is Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 30 on second down, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Lance now on first down. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that last throw is going to put him over the top. Boy, did you think we'd ever see this? He's over 5,000 yards passing now in this, his rookie season in the NFL. Incredible.
Well, we have seen a trend of college quarterbacks who threw the ball well on Saturdays come right into the league and play well in the NFL. But this type of a number, I'm not sure we could have imagined it. We're watching something really special here.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Takes it down to the 10-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now Lance on the bootleg. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught on the right side by Jones. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
Derrick Henry. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And, Charles, for this defense, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach, you know they're relying on that confidence. You and I both were sort of surprised at his weekly press conference when he was asked about this being a trap game. And he's almost boasting that he didn't see anything to worry about. That surprised both of us in a big way because we know that could be a dangerous tactic because I can guarantee you the guys on the other side, they heard that, and they're looking for anything to galvanize them.
Now a 1st down throw, Tannehill. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. He's got it complete. Derrick Henry. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Right there, 54, right there.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Right. Move. 3 down. 57 down.
Now Tannehill. His throw incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Tannehill. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Bullock's kick is good. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And listen, these Thursday night games, they're tough on the body. You just played on Sunday, 72 hours later. Hey, it's game day again, but I have to think a Thursday night game in September much more preferable than a Thursday nighter in December, no?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You mentioned how tough it is on the body. How about the mind? You're already tired, fatigued, right? Trying to battle for playoff spots. And here you have the quick turnaround. Now, the flip side is, if you take care of business, win that Thursday nighter, you go into a mini open week. Gives you a few extra days to heal up the body and the mind before you play your next game.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Lance going to throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Slide for the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Niners 14, Titans 3.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Tannehill. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not one bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
On first down, Lance getting this out to the flat. Mostert, and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown, 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3 yards remain for second down.
54's Mike, 54. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Quit talking about it and bring it.
Tannehill now to throw. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Tannehill's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Caught by Jones. Nifty running there, but it'll come on what should be the final play of half number 1. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Here's Tannehill. That's the tight end, Hurst, with it. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
Now it's Tannehill. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. And some room to work. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, and this is where quarterbacks' passing numbers sometimes get a little bit more inflated than they should, because this is a short little pass, but it goes for big yardage.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. To throw again on second down, Tannehill. This will be caught once again by Brown. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
54 Mike. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school.
Now Tannehill.
Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for Tennessee. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and out will come the offense as they take over. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give them a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. Touchdown, 49ers! And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will extend this big lead.
Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 2nd and a yard, Tannehill. Complete to Jones.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain. I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
To throw again on 2nd down, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Hey, I'm coming. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Yo.
Throwing again is Tannehill. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 49 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Open space inside the 10. And it's a Titans touchdown. Julio Jones. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Lance. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit, because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Lance. Runs over it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Rashad Weaver in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Lance to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And they're going to have this all the way down deep into Tennessee territory. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll swing this out to Mostert. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Raheem Mostert. His second touchdown of the night. And the Niners extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Now Joey Sly for the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Niners 42, Titans 10. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Tannehill trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 27-yard line.
Set 20. QB's trash. Let's go.
Tannehill. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
Mike check 33.
Defense shows blitz. Tannehill. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Samson Abukum. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Brett Kern now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Lance now on first down. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
First down, 49ers.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Lance on the bootleg. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with the lead. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Touchdown.
He has really... And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. After the run, Tannehill going to throw. And he'll find Hall. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to the air, Tannehill on second down. Right back to Brown. This time he's got it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing on third down, Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. 30, the 20. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Sly on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
63, Titans 10.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
First and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Tannehill on first down. This will be caught by Brown. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike. Go.
One last throw here for Tannehill. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And into the end zone, a pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the 49ers, it's another win for them, and you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Titans, things get even uglier now as they fall to 2-13. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.